guys, it's your boy Alex West Collects here, and welcome to another episode of Fix Up City. If you are new to the channel, Fix Up City is where we run through, some different type of part swaps or different custom figures we put together. We throw it up here on the channel so you guys can recreate it yourself at home. And today we got a special one. We are going to do an Ultimate Edition Vince McMahon. Yes. So a few weeks ago, I got the Build-A-Figure Vince, and my mind was kind of thinking here, like I had said during that video, that I wanted eventually to have an Ultimate Edition Vince McMahon figure, and Mattel seems to be taking their sweet ass time pumping out Vince McMahons, and we've gotten kind of a bunch of like announcer ones the last few releases. I'm ready for an Attitude Era Vince, but with a little bit of a twist. So let's go through what we're gonna do here. So our base figure body for the Ultimate is going to be the Ultimate Edition Series 10 John Cena. What I want to do, and I'm not sure if these will fit, there are two options we can do. So, before we even get into it, let's go through the parts, and then we'll discuss kind of the layout and the plan I have in my head, and hopefully it comes together and it works. So we have the Ultimate Edition Series 10 John Cena. This is an Elite 34 Hulk Hogan body. Obviously, I'm a huge Hulkamaniac. I have tons of these figures lying around, so figured I could sacrifice one to get this done. And the head I'm actually going to use is going to be similar to this one, but this is the Toys R Us Network Spotlight Vince that was released many years ago. And one thing I want to point out is the skin tone on this will not match the John Cena figure. He's got the tan look, so how am I going to solve that? So in actuality, I actually ordered a head from eBay. There was a Battle Pack Vince McMahon with the same exact head, but the skin tone matches John Cena. Don't ask me why that figure didn't come with a tan, but that one should match this head and skin tone on the Cena figure. So this is kind of just here for reference. This is the exact head we're going to use, but it's a different skin tone. So we're going to take the head from this figure, obviously pop that on the John Cena body, and it kind of is a good base. He's got a good muscular body. I'll move the shirt so you guys can take a quick look. That is the Cena torso. And if I can remove the Vince McMahon sweatshirt. Here we go. So the physique, ribs, very similar. I think these will definitely work. Again, you can see the difference in the skin tone. So really just the head is going to be on that body. What we're going to do with the Hulk Hogan figure, so there's two options. This is what I was getting to earlier. So these are not on the bull joints. These are those ratchet joints. It's a pain. It's not really as easy to take the crotch piece off on the upper thigh part. If you can see with the Hulk Hogan. With a little bit of heat, this would just pop right off. So that kind of nixes the plan of just swapping the whole leg out. What I'm going to attempt to do is at the thigh cut, you can see that. That actually, if you heat it enough, will allow you to remove that part. So I'm thinking this top leg on the Hogan is going to be too big for the Cena. Looks like the thigh is a little bigger. So here are the two options. We're going to heat it at this part of the thigh cut, remove it, and we could pop it on, and you will still keep this top part for the Cena figure. Or if that doesn't work, which I think it might not, we're just going to take the lower leg, heat that, and swap it out with the Cena. At least he'll have the jeans look. And I did my research. Vince McMahon is listed at 6'1". John Cena is listed at 6'1". So scale-wise, it should work. And here is another caveat I want to try. And again, I don't know if any of this is going to be successful. That's the fun part of these fix-ups. It is a lot of trial and error. So, that's a ring gear Vince, right? But in my mind, I think when Mattel makes the official Ultimate, I want it somehow to be where it's interchangeable, where he could be kind of in the jeans and maybe a jacket, and you can make him the suited Vince McMahon. Because honestly, how many Ultimate figures are you going to get of Vince? Or you could have him in the ring gear. So this is my proposal. I think this is a Michael Cole jacket. I've had this in my parts bin for the longest. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice that open. So it's an open, the jacket is openable in the front. Jesus, I can't talk. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I have a set of edge arms. And now I know the Cena arms are interchangeable. So they pop out, in case you guys didn't know that. And these arms do fit in here, as you can see. So you're saying, yeah, the bottom part really doesn't look like a suited figure. So my plan is, I have two arms here. I'm going to heat it at the bicep. And again, this may not work. And I'm going to pop this or try to modify where it should fit on the lower part. So at least we'll have the elbow joint, or the shoulder joint, sorry, that would still pour it in, but the lower part would be the suited arm. And you know, this we could just kind of slide over your Vince McMahon figure, pop in the arm. So for figure photography, you can have him in a suit, and when he's ready to step in ring, you can have him in the torso ring gear. So let's get to the part swap and let's see what works, what doesn't, and we'll come back. All right, so here we have all of our parts laid out. I'm gonna use my trusty purple hairdryer. Gets the job done every single time. We're gonna warm up the joints up here and try to pop them on the suited figure and see if there are any other modifications needed. We're also gonna swap the legs. Remember, we're either gonna go with a top part or just the lower leg to make it work. And you know what? A lot of people may say a torso swap may be the easiest way to go with this, but honestly, I suck at those. I cannot do them for my life. Anytime I've had a torso swap done, I've sent them out to some of my buddies to take care of it. So let's try this way and see if it can be done without it. All right, so here's where we stand. So I was able to swap the shoulder joints from the Edge Ultimate Edition figure. There's a little bit of a gap where you can see it, but it's not too noticeable. That's gonna be on the inside. It looks pretty flat and seamless. On the other side, you know, could be worse, but I'll take it. So as far as the legs, the Hogan Elite 34 upper leg did not fit. It left a little bit of an overhang here, so I ended up popping the John Cena upper thigh back on, and I took the lower leg from the Hogan figure. The pins popped in pretty easy, and just make sure to heat this really well. I know a lot of people get intimidated. The first few times I part swap stuff, it's really a bit of a pain in the ass to get these pins back in, but you know what? Use yourself a pair of needle nose pliers if needed. Heat it for good, maybe even 5 minutes with a hairdryer, or maybe in a cup of boiling water, and it should slide in pretty easy. I mean, it's a big pin, especially on the Cena figure. I made sure to use the pin that was on the knee for the Cena figure. Don't use the Hogan one because it's a little shorter. This one was nice and long, fit right through. And you know, eventually we're going to remove the logos. And if you want to see scale comparison, here's another Cena figure. Remember, they are both 6'1", and they are standing nose to nose. We're also going to cut this jacket with a knife so we can kind of just slide it over. So we're going to go do that right now. All right, so here we are with the jacket, and you know, I was able to use just a regular knife. You know, you can use whatever you want, just a sharp object. Be careful, kids at home. Do this with your parents' supervision, or just actually don't do this at all. If you're an adult, do it at your own risk. So I just took a knife, and this is glued together. So I just kind of cut it a little bit, released it. This actually had a backing to it, so I just kind of cut around it so the jacket can clasp together, which it does pretty well. I don't know how it's going to look on the figure, but that's kind of the update on that. You can see the pieces I cut off that was on the inside. Let's try it on. Just kind of mock it up real quick. A little snug, but maybe we can make this work. Let's bring the arms in. Just kind of see how this is looking in my head. I think that's the right side. Yep. Okay. So the arms do pop in. The front does close. Not bad. Let's continue onward, and we're going to go now and remove these logos. And for the logos, I use Goof Off. It's just a household cleaner. I kind of just dip it in with a Q-tip, and we're just going to wipe away the logos. It should come off pretty easy. It's not a lot to do. On the knee and on the back of the pants right here. I'm a little weary on removing stuff off the torso because sometimes it does leave a little bit of a kind of a mark or a stain on there. We can use some Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to kind of wipe that away, but we're just going to dip this right in there and just kind of remove the logos off. And this just arrived today. So on the right, we have the Battle Pack Series 40 Vince McMahon figure. That was one that came with a Stone Cold Steve Austin. And you can see the difference in the skin tone. So I had an extra Network Spotlight head, which I put on a basic suited Triple H to make my Vinny Mac over here. You can see the difference in the skin tone. I'll bring them in a little closer. He's got more of a tan here, and this one does not. So this is the figure you're going to have to try to track down. If you're a little anal like me, I don't really like when the skin tones don't match. If they're a little off, you can get away with it. But this will make it 100% accurate and will definitely match up with the John Cena body. So let's go ahead and swap the head. So here we are with the finished product. I'm going to take a look at the suited Vince McMahon version first. So I'll admit it didn't come out as nice as I had hoped, but you know what? So basically I took a plain black Mattel cloth shirt, I put it on underneath. You know, Vince McMahon in that era didn't wear the shirt and tie, kind of had like that top collar button open. The look I was kind of going for. The shirt or the jacket actually doesn't close, so I don't know if I'm going to go back and just remove this and leave it kind of as an open jacket. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, the arms do pop off a little bit on the bicep joint when you try to move it, so it doesn't fit as seamless. But you know what, for figure photography or just some quick kind of poses, it definitely does work. So that's not a problem there. And you know, if Mattel eventually does give us an Ultimate Vince, I would love for them to have kind of this jacket piece with a molded shirt underneath to give us kind of that like you know, top collar open like this basic. This would be just one piece with a jacket slide over, kind of like that Sheamus and Cesaro figure we got, not with that rubbery shit material because that looked awful. They look like freaking penguins with that coat on, but something a little, you know, more fitted, will look really nice. But you know, I'm kind of happy how this came out, and it's, again, it is what it is. But we're gonna come back and we're gonna look at the actual ring gear Vince next. And here we have the in-ring gear Vince McMahon, and I think this looks freaking awesome. I love how the torso looks with there. I threw on some elbow pads. I had some extra Undertaker wrist cuffs, which kind of completed the look, and the hands are from the WrestleMania 37 Edge. So I think this looks pretty damn good. I will say the goof off did leave a little bit of a white residue on his chest. So that was a little bit of a pain in the ass. I tried to kind of clean up with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter, because if you throw on the Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy tank top, this looks freaking perfect. I absolutely love how this came out. I mean, just looks exactly how a Mattel Ultimate Edition Vince should look. I hope we do get one day, but you know what? Until then, here's your best bet. This kind of was, you know, a little bit of an effort to put together, but you know, I'm not the biggest customizer. You know, I don't paint stuff. I'm not the handiest, but if I'm able to do this, I think anyone at home can do it. It really was not that bad. Just to summarize all the parts. So the torso and the upper legs, Ultimate Edition John Cena, same with the arms. You get the wrist cuffs from the Undertaker figure. You can see these are removable. Some plain black elbow pads. I went with the medium length. And the lower legs from the Elite 34 Hulk Hogan and the Vince McMahon Battle Pack head. And you have yourself an Ultimate Vince McMahon in your collection. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AlexWestCollects, where I'll be posting a ton more pictures of this Vince McMahon figure. Stay tuned for a little photo gallery at the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.